Mari, make them hoes drop.
Come close, come close, boy, come close to me, boy. Come close, come close, come close to me, boy, come close. You already know, drop that dick in my back or you can sit it in my throat. Got the toes cracking, on my ass is slamming. We fucking all night, I like that right.
Yo. This is Benjimanzroom podcast, episode what? 20? This is 21. Episode 21. You know I always get the episodes wrong, you hear me? We here with who? I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Stop acting fucking crazy.
Man, look, and I just want to get this out the way early. You hear me? I am so nervous, dog. Like, I don't know, dog. Like, I'm so nervous. Like, look, let me tell you, Vonnie is somebody that was kind of, you know who Vonnie is to me? Vonnie is that kid on the park who like, she was cool with the, like, she always stayed in the mix, but you just didn't know how good she was, right? Because as a group, I seen you girls, right? Mm-hmm. When I first met you, right? When I first ever seen y'all, right? Yeah. I fall into the club, I hear these girls, and like the energy almost was like on some Run DMC, like it was 3 different kinds of energy, but it all blended so beautifully. And I knew how good y'all was together as Pretty Gang, because that's what I knew y'all as, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I didn't know that even like how talented each one of y'all was. Mm-hmm. And can you speak on Pretty Gang and how that group formed?
It wasn't really a group. It was just more of 3 individual artists just hanging together in a game. And it just was all pretty. It was Pretty Gang. That was Pretty Gang. We would all go to like second lines and stuff together. And we just started getting booked like that. But yeah, it was Pretty Gang. That's how Pretty Gang like really started.
And even though it probably wasn't an intentional group, right? It felt like Hot Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like an organic, yeah. Like you got 3 girls that's really like hot separately, but we just didn't know how hot y'all was separately. You know what I'm saying? But it like all right. So take me back to how did you end up getting into bounce rap?
That's like, I started when I just felt like we all felt like that. The whole gang felt like we ain't had no like up-to-date female rap bounce artists since Shorty left. So we just all just went and dropped a song, which I did music like a long time ago, but I didn't really take it serious until 2015. Like, me and the BOGs had a song together. You remember the BOGs?
No.
Yeah, we had a song together.
Who was in that group?
It was me, Snoop, and Carmenisha. We had a song. So it was just like something, because we was just dancing in a vibe. Every Thursday, we was going to DJs and dancing and stuff like that. So we made a song, but it wasn't really about nothing. So I really got into music when I went and made a hood song. The 8-Ball song was my first song I came out with Blazer, rest in peace Blazer. And then Can't Take That Back was Sissy Nobi. I fucked up baby daddy. And that's what really got me discovered. But hey.
Man, but look, one thing I can say, all right, when I first heard of just the whole, like when I first heard that you was like kind of branching out, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, Vonnie, I'm like, I didn't know how creative you was. Mm-hmm. You know, like you are like kind of like the creator of a lot of the, and now you kind of took hold of the whole industry.
Yeah, I think I'm different.
Why though? Why?
Because I'm so blunt.
Coming from Marrero, right? Yeah. Now, me, I'm from Marrero too, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm older than you. So I come from the Marrero where we had to get under the every time you told somebody you from Marrero, they hit you with the cruising down the street song, right? So y'all took what we had, like Marrero always was a real treacherous place. Like I call Marrero the Calio of the West Bank. That's just what, like you know what I'm saying? Like Marrero really been like that, but we never really got the respect. But then when y'all generation came through, right, y'all really laid down like the respect side for the not just Marrero but for the whole West Bank. And can you speak on that culture change, because you was kind of like the pioneer of that?
I just feel good about it. I like the fact that my city really hold me down. Everybody from Marrero. I feel like it's a lot of us that put Marrero on a map. I just was one of them, one of the biggest ones coming from Marrero. To really do it for us in the West Side. So yeah, I feel like I'm one of the best.
But one thing I could say about like even I feel like you could sell anything. Like I think bounce music is just a vehicle you driving right now, but with the drive that it takes to be a bounce artist and to keep yourself relevant and keep yourself hot, being here kissing babies and shaking hands and like that shit politicians made out of. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I feel like you probably could sell anything with that type of drive that you have, right? So all right, Red Velvet days, right? Wearing Red Velvet. Take me back to your first booking at like that. Was that one of like when y'all like first bookings like at that club?
I think the Red Velvet was. I think like the Red Velvet and Caesars.
Take me back to your first time getting booked.
Yeah, the Red Velvet.
And you had to perform. How was that feeling?
It was good. My stage presence was horrible. As I be looking at the YouTube sometimes, and I be looking at my progress and my group and where I came from. But it was fun. But this really started for like a hobby for me. Like I would really go in clubs and perform my music sometimes for free. It was the people that took me serious.
So you go from like, all right, so, and me being a person that's into marketing, right? I see a lot of like I know that you got to give some shit away for free, right? So now you get to a point where you went from performing in clubs for free, right? Now how much are you worth is a question, and that's still a question like in our community. Like how much, like as you like blossom throughout your career, right? When you go to perform, sometimes, like how much you feel like you was getting paid, you know, like y'all wasn't really.
I feel like I did like enough promoting myself to the prices I asked for, I was getting. So it really became a job.
Because the bounce thing is a hustle. It is a hustle, and it's kind of like you might get this because you hot. You might not be as hot, but you might be on the ticket, but you might not get what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel like me, I'm not really changing my prices for nobody. I feel like if you feel like I'm not worth the price that I'm asking for, then.
But I always see everybody paying your price.
Yeah, I feel outside.
Sick,
because you saw me many times. You saw me, my energy. I act crazy. That's what I get paid for.
Tell me this.
Pull your mic closer to you, baby.
Tell me this. Vonnie, right? The performer, right? But you also a mother, right? Yeah. How you balance that?
It's not really hard. My kids come first and everything I do, so it's not really hard. It's like Bounce only get me on the weekends for shows. During the weekdays when they had schools, and I'll probably be in the studio while they had school or something like that.
Right.
But it's not hard to balance.
But tell me this.
It's not hard.
But tell me this. All right. So, being like the musical content, right? Being a mom, right? And the musical content is like, it's almost like it real vulgar at times.
Like real sexual.
Do you educate your kids or do you hide it from them? Like,
I educate my kids.
How?
I keep it real with my
how?
children.
Like what that conversation is like? Like if I had to tell my kid,
Well, I took my kids to one of my shows because I had to let them know, like, my girls are 14 and 13. So I took my kids to, like, one of my shows, and I performed my songs for them and stuff. When we got in the car, we talked or whatever. We had conversations, and I'm like, you know, I don't disrespect my children. So I just let them know this is what I do, this is what I sell. I'm an artist. You know, I let them know that all artists talk like this. But I don't disrespect them in those type of way for my fashion.
right?
But the shit I be talking about, like,
Do you feel responsible for, like, I see you could have that conversation with your kids, right? Do you?
no, I do not feel responsible for a little girl's actions because of my music. That's what you about to ask me?
Yes.
No, I
Yes.
feel like when I was my kid's age, I was a fan of Magnolia Shorty. I was dancing to Monkey and on a Dick. I didn't know what I was dancing to because I wasn't looking for, you know, I wasn't raised in no area where I'm worrying about a dick at the age of 12 and 13. So it's like, me, I feel like social media itself have a lot to do with girls wanting to be little girls wanting to be fast. It's not the music, it's the sexuality images that's promoted on all social media platforms.
Right.
To where I feel like little girls are of age now to where they are curious. You know, they see celebrities with boyfriends and kissing and doing all that. They want to do everything a celebrity do. So I feel like, no, we're not responsible for actions like that as being a mother, because my mama was listening to it around me, and I ain't go out there looking for a dick to monkey on. I just was dancing.
Right.
So I just feel like the images sometimes we put out sexuality images to where it's not more of the girls rapping our songs, it's more of the pictures and the poses they take and wanting to be what they see.
I really think that artists themselves been battling this since the beginning of art.
Yeah, I feel like this has been going on. Like, our music has been nasty, provocative since the 1800s. Like, you got to think about it, like the go-go music. If you go listen to, that was the nastiest music to me.
Right.
That was real nasty to me. Like, that was worse than what the fuck I be saying. But I just feel like they gonna paint that image because they always looking for somebody to put the fault on their failure in motherhood or parenting. So it's always gonna be like, I don't hold nobody for my children's actions if they were to, because I have to talk to you and let you know that's not the, like, we're leaders, we're not followers, and they not drilling leaders into those little children heads so they won't follow everything somebody doing.
Me personally, right? I also battle with this because I'm a pop coach, right? And I have different kind of parents. Like me, I'm free with my kids. I show my kids different stuff. One time I was selling clothes and the dude gave me a bag full of pills, right? Dude like, man, look, I know you be selling clothes. I know you could get out some pills, right? But I'm like, dude, I don't sell pills, right? But I brought the pills inside and I showed my churn. Like, that was the first thing I did. I said, look at these pills. I took them out the bag. I showed them each one. I told them what each different one was. Let's look it up. Let's pop it open and look at the number. Let's crack them open and see what they look like on the inside, right? So I chose to educate them, but I couldn't just do that with a group of punk kids, right? Because everybody parenting not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? But I bring a lot of that to the pulp because I play Max Payne, I play Roll Rugged, I play Nino Kelvin, like I play all these artists at the pulp because they're influential and the children already listening to them. Like whether the parent know or not, the children listening to them. So my thing is, I'm gonna play the music. Then we might talk about the music. Might catch them singing it. You know what that word mean? Come on, let's talk about this. Let's talk about what he's talking about, and let's get into that. You know, so like you need that hands-on parenting. And I feel like in this world, and that's why I always kind of get on you and I get on Read It for the last years. Like I just been like on some shit like, bro, like let me vlog you, like just let me vlog you because your life is content, and you're more than just a bounce rapper. You're more than just a rapper. You're a mom. You have a life that's all content. And you can edit it however you want to and put it out as content to let people know the other side of you to battle the ghost pages and all these different.
But it's no defeat in the internet. It's like it's no defeat in the internet when a lie is way more interested than the truth. So you just got to.
But this what I feel like y'all generation missing. All right. I come from a generation where they had Playboy, right? But they also had Bill Cosby, right? Y'all come from a generation where it's just all fucking insaneness, right? Like it's all type of shit. It's just all type of shit. So what I'm saying is, just as a media person, right? And you being a public figure now, right? Sometimes you can the way you battle. There's no way to defeat. If a motherfucker won't think something about you, they gonna think about it regardless. They won't think negative about you. They gonna think negative. Vonnie, my sister, you can't tell me nothing negative about Vonnie. I already got my mind made up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my sister. You can't tell me nothing that's gonna change how I look at you because I love you. You know, I have a genuine love for you, and I want to see you be successful. So, like, within all of that, right? I look at the full circle of things, and I say to myself, you as an artist, you can battle this by just putting out positive media, just not just positive media, just the other side of the media. So it gives people a chance to decide. When people only see negative, a lot of times we get in our hole and be like, man, fuck it, they believe what they want to believe. But what I'm saying is, with how bust wide open media is, and how people just want to know more about the artist, I just feel like y'all just sleeping on the side of the vlogging y'all side. It gives you more power. That's that Kim Kardashian shit. Well, bitch, I'm gonna make you so interested in me where I have my fucking minions too. You dig? So when y'all send y'all minions, I send my fucking minions. How y'all wanna do it? Like, and I feel like y'all really on that level because you get the attention. So how you feel about the negative attention that you get? You know what I'm saying? As an artist, just trying to do your music. Because I see you, but you don't mind being in the mix. You always in the mix. So how you feel about?
I'm always in the mix because they just, I don't know. But I'm always in the mix because fuck, they just need something that somebody to talk about.
You interesting though.
But me, I don't have time for the negative. I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I wasted too much time on negative energy, so I just don't have time to invest into nothing that's not. I
really feel like you bulletproof. Like you.
I just feel like I just don't like so many people that I love that let me down. So when letdowns come to me, I just already have myself mentally prepared for them.
You one of the strongest women I know. Like, because I seen you be battle tested. Like, I seen you tested. Like I was there after the shows where they were swinging the 2x4s. like I seen you, and I seen you make songs that just go fucking crazy on the national level and go state to state, and you know what I'm saying. Like I seen the growth in you. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's so amazing. That's why I was so nervous to have this interview because, I looking at you now. You know what I'm saying? Like you really bulletproof when it comes to a lot of shit because
yeah, I just don't have time. When you invested so much time into the wrong shit, you waste like time just pass you by. So I don't got time no more.
And you spoke on Blazer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace to such a phenomenal producer and bricklayer of the game. Can you speak on the importance of Blazer?
He was just a hit maker. And he took his job serious. There's one producer I know that was like would be sick with asthma and just still in the studio just trying to make it work for everybody. He was real loyal and dedicated to his craft.
How did y'all meet?
On Instagram, I DM him for a song, and I set up a session and recorded the song. That was the AWOL song. And we just been locked in ever since.
And the AWOL song, I remember when that song came out, Flu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all songs came out like around the same time. You AWOL Animal, you had the AWOL turned up at the time. Like those days we'll never be able to get back. Those were some of the like golden eras of yeah, man.
Yeah,
like
I feel like it was. I feel like that era was the era we needed TikToking.
I think that era made this era. Like
I think that era was way better than this era.
it was good era. All right, and this is something I want you to talk about. The girls. All right, so I'm not gonna bring up no particular girl, right? But the women in Bounce literally took over, right? And they have the hottest sounds. They always going viral. They always in the literal mix, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think we'll ever see a day where all the prominent girls in bounce music, right, can actually like not just coexist, but
work together? Mm-mm. It's just like the era with Miss T, Lady Ray, Cheeky Blake, and all them. No, we would never. I am very business orientated, but you have some artists that are just like big headed and feel like, it's just them against everybody. But I'm an artist that I can work with anybody. Shout out to my sister Reedy. We have a new song about to drop this week. But I feel like I could work with anybody because I'm business oriented. No, I don't think that I ever have been. I just think we should just, who can work together and stick together. And who working against us, we just don't have time for that energy, and we not forcing nothing. We don't kiss ass, we suck dick.
you brought out Reedy.
Mm-hmm.
How did you and Reedy meet?
Me and Reedy been knowing each other since dancing days. Since I was a BOG, I was an actual dancer. Going to the vibe, going to like different places, shaking and stuff like that. Reedy real cool, real down to earth.
You was a dancer and she was a dancer?
Mm-hmm.
Who you was dancing for?
I was dancing for G-Rock.
And who she was dancing for?
I think Reedy was dancing for like Katie Reed or Frida.
I think I seen her on like
something like that.
I seen
Reedy
her on a
was
old...
just always a dancer, just like Reedy was the coolest dancer.
Right,
Reedy was the coolest.
I seen her on a Kitty Black video one time. I was like, hold on, that look like Reedy.
Reedy was dancing for Erica. She was the coolest. In our area, I can give thanks to Reedy. Reedy was the coolest.
What Reedy from?
Uptown.
Oh yeah. She is.
She from Uptown.
Oh, all right. So Reedy is a unicorn for me, but I didn't know by her being so much of a unicorn and her having such crazy energy. I didn't know that like you had like how I didn't know that you. I didn't know that y'all how different y'all commanded a crowd, and y'all almost like Michael Jordan, Pippen. Y'all like the ultimate duel went together. It was just based off of energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I first heard Read It, I was like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like, the fast energy, like, she just had that fucking fast energy. You had that real crowd control, and it was like the ultimate duo. Y'all two together was crazy. Reedy was a person that I would do anything for, like, just to see her win, because I knew, and that's how I felt about you too. Like, I was like, man, I'd do anything just to see Vonnie win. I'd do anything just to see a lot. Like, once I lock into an artist and I really get the artist, and I look at the whole artistry of you, and I said, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see her win. So Reedy was somebody I just never could put my hands on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting closer and closer to, you know what I'm saying? And just like you, like, I was like, man,
I know.
but you know one thing, when you call, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, who your favorite person to, like, just sit in the studio and produce with?
Michael is a vision seeker. Michael, that we make my beat, we make it together and we put it together. He actually let your vision come true. And the sound that you was playing out in head, I think Michael is the best lyrically.
How you end up meeting that kid?
I met Michael through just a regular booking, on Instagram, and I liked his sound. I liked the quality of his sound, and I just been working with him ever since. Cause
I started hearing about him through like I was going to like a lot of the official DJs and stuff, and I started like hearing his name buzzing. I'm like, and I'm always a person that, like, once I always listen to what people were saying, and that kid really just started going crazy. I'm like, who the fuck is this kid? Like really, like, and my first time meeting him is when you invited me to his birthday party, right? Yeah, that was my first time meeting him. So, like, and I still never really met him. Like, I seen, that was my first time seeing who he was. So, that whole situation, I seen you with Show Off, right? How did that articulate?
I've been affiliated with him. Like a couple of years ago, I think I took a break or something like that, and we just lost connection, but we came back together and getting ready to take off and act crazy.
Show Off Entertainment, DJ T, a real hustler. I got his back 100%.
I fuck with him. He a real one.
He is. And one thing I can say is I was so happy to see y'all link, because that means that it's hope for the game. You know what I'm saying? Because you really, like, right now, you and T being together, y'all like the respirator on the game right now. Because the market really dead outside of bounce music. You and a lot of artists like yourself been keeping, like, the city afloat and keeping the trends going and all that type of stuff. Like, and I just want to say I appreciate that from y'all.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you and T really linking up, because that's gonna be like something crazy. And with me, really, that's why I told T, I'm the type of person where I'm gonna dig in the ground for you. Like, I'm gonna go and I'm the nigga that's gonna put up the flyers and go, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play, like, I'm that nigga, you dig? So with all us really just supporting each other, I feel like we can't fail, right?
We can't.
How you feel about the national industry compared to the local industry?
I feel like it go one and one. It's just that they reverted into a different sound, but it's always we inspire the national sound. Like, all our sounds really come from, like, how the sounds go so national now, so where the artists has got to come get us for the sound. And we make it work for them. I think our sound is great. I think we are one of a kind people. So they can't take the sound from us. The sound will always be for us.
When I hear you, and I hear Reedy, and I hear even a Super Bad, I hear just a lot of these different female artists, and then I listen to like the City Girls, I be like, damn, like they really just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you feel about that influence of that Miami influence? You know, like Miami really influenced by New Orleans, and the City Girls kind of.
I like it. I love it. I feel like I told you we inspire their music. Like when they won't bounce, they search bounce, and we all pop up and go to recreating the sounds and stuff like that. So I feel like I love the fact that they love us and love what we do, because sometimes you'll catch them like on Instagram videos shaking our video, like our music and stuff like that. It'd be amazing to us that people that big really know of us. So that'd be like a blessing to even have that created for us. So I like the fact that they really be fucking with us.
One thing I want to talk about. All right, and this is a little bit spicy, but it's not that spicy. All right. I remember a time when y'all really flooded the market, and y'all flooded a real traditional market. And the market was so traditional that a lot of the traditionals who was like really eating off the market, they really didn't understand what the fuck y'all had done to the market, right? And it was a real battle between old and new at one point in time. Can you speak on that? Like, you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying, all right, look, all right, this is what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say it.
I'm sure you could.
You had older artists that was already like established in New Orleans, and y'all came, like, you had the Sissy Nobis, right? And then you had Sissy Nobi who had Vasos on fire, right? Then you had a Reedy who come through just on some, you heard me, on some homeboy shit, and completely fucked the whole city up, right? So now you have these older artists that have that's why I always tilt my hat to Tinwall Buck, because he was always a person who kind of embraced all the new artists. Like, he didn't give a fuck. Like, he didn't give a fuck if you were gay, he didn't give a fuck if you was a dog, a unicorn, nigga.
Like I never experienced nothing from no older artists. I actually have music I'm about to start working on with Miss T and Lady Reed. I never ran across that. I never got that from the older artists. They always been like supportive, and every time we see them, like, motivational, like they'll talk to us and stuff like that and tell us they like what we doing, but it never was no type of animosity or like they could compete with us, because they know we are the new generation of bounce. So it's more of like we respect them to the fullest, because we come from under them. So yeah, we have the highest respect for all our legends. As us evolving and going into legendary, and you see how they have younger bounce artists coming under us. Like, I just feel like when the torch have to be passed, they have to be passed. Like, you can't do this shit forever. So I just thank them that they accept and welcome us in our craft. So like they allow us to work together to give the sound of New Orleans.
Vine, you a fucking politician, dude.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
I'm working against. I feel like we all come from the same place. We all have different fan bases. We all make different money or whatever. And I feel like I went as far as doing free features for artists to get them exposures. If you didn't take advantage of everything, that was all on you. But I just feel like I'm more of the heart of the streets. Like, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna promote you. I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna use my platform for you if that's what I have to do to help you grow as an artist.
You know why I feel like you feel like that, right? And it's mostly because I feel like you're a creator yourself, and I didn't see.
I feel like I'm different. I'm so different that I don't care who tries to imitate Vonnie, you can't be her. I pull up at the fucking drive-thrus and I'll be ordering food and they'll be like, "That's Vonnie," and I'll be like, "Yeah, it is Vonnie." Like, my voice is one of a kind. Don't nobody have her voice. So you probably could imitate my style, but you're not gonna deliver it how she do it. Can't nobody do it like me. Just like with my style, my energy, my personality, just her whole character is different from everybody. So what we stand out, we don't really fit in too much.
Where is the separation? Like,
I feel like the separation come from the realness. It's like I'm not fake. Like, they praise a lot of pussy shit. So my hate come from me expressing my actual feelings and being me. And some people don't like what I say. Some people don't like how I carry myself. Some people, but that's on them. Your opinion, not, I'm not going to get offended by an opinion that you're entitled to. So that's how you feel about me. That's not going to stop nothing I'm doing. So I just feel like, fuck, it's just me. It's me.
I seen you create artists, right? I seen you embrace the game and mother the game, and like all. That's why I can't say nothing when you pop your shit, because you really you laid down your shit for the game. How you feel about artists, right, that you invest a lot into, and how you feel about would you do that again?
I don't know. I feel like I just feel like I waste too much time on thinking about when people have an eye and team. So it's more of now me just focusing on my craft and trying to get me where I'm going. I always feel like 2 is better than 1. But I just feel like, no, I wouldn't. I love working with artists. But I just feel like if I do come together and be a team with somebody, you already have to be me. Such as, say for instance, Reed. If me and Reedy get together as a team, we already self-sufficient by ourselves. So if we separate, we still self-sufficient. Like, we came in a game, we came together made already.
Right.
So we're going to explode because we already so big right now. But no, me guiding and leading another artist and taking them under my wing, I wouldn't. I'm just focusing on my craft and bettering myself for my career. I just can't. I can't focus on nobody else right now.
I really can't wait to see what the full, because I really feel like the game really never got the full dose of you. And
the game never. I just feel like the South did.
Right.
I feel like more of the southern area did.
But I like, once you start really touching that other market, like, I'm scared. Like, that's what made me so nervous about this interview, right? Because I'm a projection person, you hear me? And I'm looking at your projections, right? And I'm like, this kid gonna touch a market, and you know how to do what you say, like, act crazy. They're like, and when it's time for you to turn up, I know that you're gonna really represent for us.
I'm really going up for my city. I can't wait. I know I am. I've been manifesting all it. I'm just ready for it to happen. That's it. I just feel like I'm just ready for the world to know who we are. Like, I just want the best for all of us. Coming, like, this shit not easy. This was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears invested. And I just thank God that the door's finally open.
How you feel about, and this is a little swing of a question, how you feel about the whole, because you kind of part of the Keith Carroll, you know what I'm saying? Like, you every time I'm on Keith Carroll,
I'm not a part of the Keith
No,
Carroll.
you not, but you are. You like,
Yeah,
you like a real supporting cast member of Keith Carroll. You know what I'm saying?
I've been cool with Keith since my shaking days. as a dancer, I will always see Keith out at the Vibe or like different clubs and stuff like that. Keith has always been a friend to me. Every time I need Keith, Keith will come through. Keith is more of like a brother to me. So yeah, I'm not part of it. I love what he's doing. I'm proud of him. His platform and everything he have going on. I am.
What like, and when I think about a person like Keith Carroll, and I think about a person like you, even though you've been in the game a few more years, right? Mm-hmm. But I look at the energy he hold, and I know that kid gonna go like I know that's gonna transform into something that's, because it's just holding too much energy for too long to not blossom into something crazy the way every. You know how New Orleans do. You know how we do once we get a spotlight. What do you see that platform like in its full blossoming?
I see it being big. I see it being real, real big for him. Talking about for Keith, right?
Right.
Yeah, I see like a talk show for him.
Cause he didn't change. Like even every woman at my job talk like Keith Carroll. Like all of them be like, that's big, fat, and the ears, and on guard, and like they full dose Keith. Like he done took over the culture. So like I know that can't just stay regional. Like you know what I'm saying?
I think he's gonna go nationwide with him.
On some Jerry Springer shit.
It's so big. I think it's gonna be real big for him.
And then he took on the live market, which is something that's very hard. Like seasoned vets don't take on a live market. He took on a live market and just he crushing it. He 3,000, sometimes 15,000, 20,000 people up at 3:00 in the morning because Keith, you hear me? And he stirred a pot like a chef. He don't fuck up the food area. He don't. And I'm proud of y'all, bro. Like I really am. All right, so let's get into your Come Close, right? Mm-hmm. And that's something that I wondered about. So I heard the OG, what the kid name is?
OG Perpin.
Right. Mm-hmm. I heard his version and it was going viral, like on the TikTok. And like I already heard your version, I heard other versions, but I just didn't know what came first. Right? Mm-hmm. So, and can you explain that situation?
Well, Come Close was created by Showboy CG. DJ Rari remixed the beat and brought it to TikTok and it went viral. He took the beat and made a song. Everybody was expecting me to act crazy when he made the song, but I'm like, no, I love what he did with the song. I love the song itself. And I love the way he's pushing the song or whatever. Rita made a remix too. I love the way she puts in her song. I like her song too. So I just feel like I'm not an artist to explode over my beat. I feel like it's artistry. I'm glad that I was the inspiration behind the song, or even a beat. You see what I'm saying? So I'm proud of them. I like the fact that they did it. Like I like the song. I
salute you for that, because a lot of times when you hear like artists that
a lot of artists would have got on Instagram doing the most, and like I'm not that artist. Like it didn't bother me. It didn't.
How much has Marrero changed? Like since you like. How much did you change Marrero?
I ain't changed Marrero.
No, bruh.
I just feel like I'm the biggest coming out of Marrero. I don't feel like I changed Marrero.
First of all,
I made Marrero known.
First of all, you changed the whole city, right? You like. I don't know if you turn Marrero into the Carter. You gave Marrero people a confidence, right? That these motherfuckers is like, you know what I'm saying? Like you did that.
I'm just a girl from a
So look. So I have a rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my number one rule for my children is you can date whoever you want except Marrero girls, right?
Why everybody doing whatever they Marrero must be vicious. Everything I know, they be like Marrero. We must be some dog ass bitches. That's right, sisters. Keep it up. The motherfucking dog in us.
Look, I'm just gonna tell you this, you hear me? When you date a Marrero girl, right? You just gotta be prepared. You can't really like you gotta prepare for get heartbroken. You hear me? Because if I don't know what it is, like they could sense something in you. You're like if you have a weakness, them motherfuckers could sniff it out, dog. Like I don't know why. I told my children, bring home a white girl, bring home a Asian. Oh, she from Mississippi. You hear me? Don't bring home no Marrero girl, dog. She go like you not about to run game on her. So it's not a coincidence that BOG, you hear me? Been on game, you see? Like they been on game because I don't know, it's something about Marrero where the girls there, they grew up around a lot of dudes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So
the girls from Marrero is the niggas.
You can't really run game on them like that because they got too many brothers and too many men around them that's running game. You know what I'm saying? So,
fuck that,
bruh, y'all really changed the way the West Bank was perceived, and even for the rap side, when you talk about the Great White Styles coming out of the Fisher, when you talk about just even that other kid from Marrero, Daniel Heartless. Mm-hmm. You know that kid?
I know him from Lancashire. Yeah, I know Heartless.
See, like that's the type of music. Like I would love to see like different artists like yo, like you know what I'm saying, like you, like Anino Kelvin, really like link on some music with the bounce, because I really feel like until the hip hop scene really embraced the bounce scene, I don't feel like the hip hop scene really gonna really like pop the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Cause you see, Rob embraced the whole. He embraced the whole bounce music thing. Can you speak on Rob 49?
Yeah, I feel like he did with his number one song, the Yee. Yeah, I really did feel like he held New Orleans bounce down. Also with the rap, I feel like it was the best of both worlds. That was a good song for him. So I feel like that really brought a lot of attention to a lot of artists and stuff like that with the bounce music. And
I seen that you were like, cause I'm always on the lives and stuff like that, and I'm saying who interact with who and who kind of, and he recognized you as, you know, he know that you know, like you control the bitches, like he know that. That's why I would love to see, you know what I'm saying, like on some music shit.
Yeah, I'll work with Rob in the future.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see y'all stars really collide, because I know that's gonna really turn him up, because you really the hottest thing coming out of New Orleans, and you a real creator, and that's why I really wanted to have you here, because I really I stand on the side of creators, and I just want on my platform and people on my platform to know how much that you really brought to the game as a creator and a performer on both sides. I watched your growth from 2014, 2015, and even to now, and you still just keep going and going and going. Yeah. Earlier you spoke on some of the pioneers, right? And you spoke on Shorty. How much of an influence did Magnolia Shorty have on Bog Vonnie?
She's my idol for bounce. That's who I look up to, Shorty. She's my inspiration in a lot of my music. I feel like she was the best to ever do it. I do.
Wow.
So yeah, I feel like she was the best to ever do it. Like, I feel like if she was here, like, we would have been. I feel like we would have Bounce probably be a genre in music.
Right.
I feel like if she was here, yeah. But she's my inspiration in a lot of my music.
I wonder if the reason why, like, Bounce itself didn't really like hit the national scene the way.
I feel like Bounce didn't really hit the national scene because all the artists that was popping in that generation got killed. Yeah, I think about it, but Soulja Slim, I'll pay for it.
Right.
Shorty, she got killed. I just felt like Bounce was dying. Like, you know what? A lot of artists like BG, all them, they was making songs for women and men.
Right.
So it was a lot, like, was taken. Like, Edie was dead or in jail.
Right.
So it was a lot taken from our culture that stopped that movement for us. So it's like, it's a fight to build it back up for us. Because a lot was taken from our game. So we come late in the game trying to fix something that was broken years ago. So it's hard.
Another problem to that, the industry still in Bounce right now.
That's what I say. Like, we are inspirations behind a lot of
Everybody else getting away
songs.
with
So
it.
like artists, sometimes we catch them and then we go on rants to you know, they come and get us for the song or the video of the song.
They just leave us out there.
Yeah, so I just feel like Bounce gonna be a giant girl for next year. I promise you.
Yeah. I really feel like the real problem with it as a you know, as a national platform, I really feel like by it being such a lifestyle music, right?
Mm-hmm.
As the world keep up with the party lifestyle, because with New Orleans is a party lifestyle, right?
It's a party city.
It's a party city, so our lifestyle is party.
Mm-hmm.
We party 24/7. We have a party for every single thing, and the world just never. And like you said, probably in the next couple of years, they might catch up because once people go through a whole lot of hardship, all they want to do is just have a little party and enjoy life at that point in time. And bounce music might be the thing that take off. My thing with it, right? Us being from New Orleans and us being so intertwined with was hip and cool for the streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
We like you do a lot of these parties. And every time you go to a party, no matter how much your booking fee was, right? Like some of the places that you go do these parties in, like if I'm there with you, I'm like almost like a security guard, like whether you know it or not, because I know like you going to some treacherous fucking places, bro. Like,
I don't give a fuck, and I be by myself too.
Bro, but what I'm saying is, as an artist, and you going in these different bookings and things like this, right?
Mm-hmm. It's different now, but at first I ain't gave a fuck. I'm outside.
But now you got the, you know what I'm saying? Like you have a lot more.
Yeah, I have a team
access when it comes to going to those places. But like to get hot, you was in some fucking like Elm Block and all these different places. Like anything could happen. So how intertwined is our music with the crime that's going on in the city? Like I
don't think our music is responsible.
No. I know it's not responsible, right? I know it's not responsible. But when you keeping the party going and everything like that, right? And they got the gangsters and shit out there and niggas out there with their guns and like that's almost a part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like unfortunately, like
it's just everywhere. In a club.
But I think in New Orleans, I think I think it been our culture for so long.
It have been like,
but now the whole world turning into that type of shit, like on some shit like
the whole world have been DJs, all kinds of shit.
That's
So,
what basically say. Are we ruining the world?
I don't think we ruin the world. I feel like we are inspiration to the world. We are just our music, our sound, us as individuals. We are New Orleans.
Man, Marrero girl, Bog Vonnie. I could always can you speak on like some of the promoters in the game and artists that's just coming into the game, right? What's some advice you could give to up and coming, like a girl or like somebody that's inspired by you?
Be original. I tell everybody to be original. You got to have originality, and that's what I bring to the game. That's what makes me different. Just be yourself. That's it. Work hard, stay dedicated, promote yourself, and so others get inspired to help you promote yourself. And just keep going. It's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. Sometimes some people might have a song come out, you know, it might take off or whatever, but just keep going. That's it. I tell everybody that, keep going. It's not a walk in the park. If this shit don't happen overnight, you have to hustle if you want it.
What's some new artists you've seen that been buzzing?
I see a lot of new artists have been buzzing. We have this, we have Heaven, we have Isho Diva. We have a lot of new artists that been Carl J. Blunt.
Carl J. Blunt.
Yeah, he's been inspiring, like his sound and bounce. He's an upcoming bounce artist. He's been doing real good with his song. We have a lot of artists that's up and coming. That's really doing good out here. And like I said, you just have to keep going. Like,
Man, Des was one that's always a conundrum for me because she could do like this island thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's so multi-talented. Like
versatile.
she can really do anything. She's really like a musical genius, and she's one of the artists that I kind of embrace. Just going to some of your shows and seeing her like doing her thing and seeing that energy that she brought to the game. And you brought up Carl J. Blunt. That kid, I seen him at a I think it was like a Mother's Day show for Lady Ray had like a Mother's Day show or something like that, and he performed. Like, man, who is this kid? I'm like, man, this kid really like controlling the crowd, like some, you know what I'm saying?
He's a great artist and a great dancer, and I'm proud of him. He's been doing good. He's been doing real good with his new music and promoting himself and stuff like that. I'm proud of him too.
Do you respect an artist that don't dance first? Because it seemed like it's almost like a pass of the torch to be a dancer, and then, you know what I'm saying, kind of get your way to the mic.
It don't go like that.
The good one, it seemed like the ones that really last dance their way to the fucking top. Like Tupac was a fucking backup dancer, and look what he did.
I just feel like we are more. It gave us more experience. It gave us more of what the people want to hear when we go in the studio and make the sound. I don't feel like it gave us that, but I just feel like it prompted us.
Because it's almost like the person who have to go to college and be the starting quarterback, or go to the NFL and be the starting quarterback for this team, or a player who could go and sit 2 or 3 years behind a starting quarterback and kind of see what it's like and the ups and downs and see it from a different point of view. So when you get the mic, I just feel like, because even Shorty was a dancer, right? And even Kitty Black was like, everybody seemed like that really took the craft by a whole, had a chance to really sit back and dance and go through the steps of the culture, and so they appreciate it more. It seemed like that y'all the ones that seem like that's really been holding the game down. I feel like there is some relevance in that, because you like the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really appreciate you as an artist.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You showing us a lot, and even through this interview, just learning about how you balance motherhood, and because that's a lot of questions that I get from people who like. I get a lot of slack from fucking with bounce artists. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the content I might post, because I post content that's straight from the parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And unless the artist hit me and be like, "Can you take this down?" I take anything down that was one of my artists that I really fuck with. You read it, like they hit me, be like, "Well, could you take this down? Could you take?" Other than that, it's up. You hear me? Like it's up, and whoever you know,
you take nothing down.
and you never have. But a lot of the shit that is controversial, like because a lot of the scenes that we be on, they're not meant for everybody, and when you display them to the public, it's like you gonna get different opinions. So I battle that a lot of times, dealing with like me being a friend from a 10 Wall Buck, me even promoting a lot of your music and dealing with Park kids, right? Because the kids, like my thing is, once the kids tell me what's hot, like the music speak for itself. Like I don't care what nobody's saying, the music speaking to the kids, and the music speaking to them because it's relating to them. So whether the parent is stepping in and being proactive and being educational about the music, like you said, it's really on us as parents to not hide all these things from our children. But this the internet. Ain't no hiding nothing. Like as soon as
like not even the internet. You got to understand, when your kids go places, you're not in control of their surroundings and what people produce in their homes and all that. So it's on you as a parent. Like you don't have to, but your child is still going to be exposed to it. So
especially with the school system, man, you got children coming from every part of the city going to school, so you know, like you're gonna be exposed to different things. Like and I think we're experiencing a lot of that within our school system, because we had a kid who killed herself behind bullying, right? And a lot of the girls within the school system, they come from different communities. So you know, how do you feel like that's important for you as an artist to kind of like, by you having so many youth following you, right? Do you kind of like feel like it's kind of your responsibility to kind of speak out on stuff like bullying with you having kids? Like how you deal with that as a parent? Like,
well, my kids don't. I never faced no problem like that.
But have they ever been bullied by somebody or try to be bullied?
No. My daughter tried to be a bully. Bullying, I feel like, is more of a something is wrong, like a anger issue with a child. It could be like a behavior disorder. I feel like it's more of like stress. Is some children don't know self-control. So they just act out of anger. A lot of kids don't know that every action don't need a reaction. So that's where a lot of violence occur with kids and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like they do need a lot of guidance from people like us, and you know, talks from us to let them know it's not the way. Because if we are their idols, then maybe we can reconstruct them in their past and stuff like that. So yeah, I do feel like our platforms are supposed to be used for the voice.
Right.
I really do. As a person that's watched, I feel like, yeah, we're supposed to be used as a voice, and we are supposed to talk about stuff like that to try to redirect our youth and save them.
In New Orleans, I feel like it's not even in our culture to bully. Like all my life, I've been like an intellectual, right?
Yeah.
So I never was like the person who was ready to fight on. But
I just feel like more of it now, that part I feel like come from like say I feel like that's gang related. A lot of kids want to
Right.
be in a gang. A lot of kids see a lot of artists that belong to gangs. So a lot of kids only do what they see. So I feel like music is a part, but are we supposed to be held accountable? No, because we, as a parent, you're supposed to teach to lead by example.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I feel like because they got NBA young boy in another gang or whatever, I don't feel like my daughter should want to go be in a gang because y'all not you supposed to, as a parent, you supposed to redirect as growing. To let them know that, yeah, y'all leaders, we not no followers, we don't want to do that, we don't come from that. But I just feel like that's just be more of clout. Like, I just feel like it's foolishness, me, period.
See,
I don't even see the purpose of games.
I have a theory on that, and it kind of stemmed with me from when you think about these juveniles, right, and the background that they come from, right, they all are on some gang because they all want to fit in. A lot of them come from broken homes. A lot of them come from mothers that's from broken families, and I think when
That's a big part of it.
but think about this. When they started a deadbeat dad campaign, like they all the deadbeat dad, I think the biggest misconstruct in our society was the deadbeat family. Because just because a dad walk out on the family, right? Now we have a situation where the families abandon
I just feel like
the single mothers.
I just feel like kids are not being raised on love.
Facts.
They are being raised on survival. Like how me and you had a loving grandmother
Right.
that took us to church, that spent time with us, that introduced us. You know, we were always taught to forgive and forget. You know what I'm saying? We were brought up on love. We had care. Like, you don't have grandmothers that's loving these children how our grandmother loved us in our generation. We got grandmothers that won't run the street, grandmothers that won't be young like the mothers. They don't have no, like, construction. Like, say for instance, my grandmother, I raised up in the church. I was in a choir and everything. I was a church girl. And as I grew, separate my lifestyle, Vonnie from Javonda, that's two different people. You know, like, I go to church, I'm into church, you know, I raise my children on it. That's my life, and that's the way I choose to live my life after I finish being a mother. I feel like I'm grown, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like these children, they not raised up off of love. They don't have no care. They just careless. They don't have no, you know, how to care for others. That's why they kill each other the way they do. They don't value feelings, neither. Like, and it's hard to watch, to see. Like, I can't stand to see somebody fighting. Like, as a girl that come from being a fighter, like, you done saw me on the news and all kind of shit for fighting. But now as I evolved and I grew up and I look back on my life, I just feel like it's just embarrassing to even see yourself in those type of situations as a mother now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just feel like these children need a lot of reconstruction.
Man, look, and that was a conflict that me and my sister Super Sin had when my platform was first being constructed. And I used to post all the fights. Like, I used to post all the club fights and all these, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she used to be like, I don't post fights. I was like, well, I post them.
Yeah,
and now
I don't even want that type of energy on my platform. Like, as you grow, you don't want to.
And now where my platform at right now, like, I would never, like, imagine me posting a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just something that, like, now I'm like, I understand the growth in the platform. This is the last thing I want to ask you about, just because this issue is taken upon the city, and I feel like it's important to hear what people like you feel about important issues in the city. we have a rash of car break-ins, right? Of a lot of teenagers that we've been speaking on, right? And you have people you have black and white people on two sides of a battle saying one side is saying, oh, we're gonna shoot them on sight, right? And the other side is saying, well, they big. It's like we gotta try to find a way to try to, like how you feel about that whole situation?
So, well, you don't know who gonna kill you for your shit. So you got teenagers that's killing people behind their shit. So am I gonna let somebody take my shit and kill me? No, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not about to let nobody take nothing I work hard for.
Right.
You have to control your children. Like, as parents, it's your job to know where your child is and what they doing. A lot of parents don't care about that.
Right.
Because they so busy trying to find a stepdaddy.
Right.
For their children. That's, you know what I'm saying? So they're not involved in their lives. So these trying out here surviving on their own. Like, a lot of them.
Risking their life, like Coach Monster said, pulling on car doors.
Yeah.
Like there's really like a pandemic in our city, and I appreciate.
It's everywhere though.
Yeah, it really is, and it's worse
in our city, and it's everywhere.
Right.
I be telling everybody like y'all be want to move to Texas thinking that it's gonna change. It's everywhere. You just gonna be a new face in a new place. It's nowhere from running from this shit. You gonna run straight. They think Texas is the place to run. Texas is not the way they killing down here, but it's so many gang-related murders. Like,
right.
It's worse down there if you ask me.
Right.
That's why I stay far out of the area, out of the way. But it's peaceful at the same time because you don't know nobody. I think that's what makes it peaceful, that nobody don't really know you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you home, everybody, you run into every fucking body.
Right.
So yeah. That's it.
Man, bro. Like, we covered a lot. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you giving me
Thank y'all for having me.
your time, man.
Thank y'all
And
for
like
having
you like one of the hottest artists that I ever really seen just blossom, and I appreciate everything you brought to the game and bringing to the game. And I know that you revving up, like you about to really be full throttle.
Alrighty.
And I don't know if we're gonna be able to afford your time. Hopefully not. Just put me in the mix. That's all. We gonna keep it thorough. You heard me?
Right.
We love you. You heard me? From my platform,
Thank
Benjimanzroom. Show off, ENT. You did DJT, KP, the producer. This Benjimanzroom podcast episode what? 21, man. You know I always forget the Benjimanzroom podcast episode 21. You heard me? Bog Vonnie. You heard me? We out.